I 100% believe that Neo, at the end of the last movie, was taken by the computer.
The Chicken Professor Show.
We're going to do your favorite TV show opening.
And this one starts quick, too. Yep, see, it's already started.
I'm telling you, TV show openings have gotten so much better since I was a kid.
Right?
Even 10 years ago, they put so much more effort into TV show openings these days. Oh yeah, we're totally, like, let me see if I can add my... I have special audio stuff to, like, blow the sensors' minds, but we'll see if it works. Anybody that's watching on the podcast, if the audio got weird, it's because we get copyright strikes all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that looks so good. I've seen the opening before.
Doom Patrol.
Now, do you know what's funny?
Doom Patrol.
You know what's the funniest part about openings these days? You skip them constantly. Like when you're doing the binge, like HBO's, I just noticed this with HBO Max. Have you seen an intro on any of the stuff that you binge? I haven't. They literally, they get to the end of the show and they skip to the front of the next show. Like they skip all the credits.
Yep.
And then they skip all the intro, and then you're on the next show. I actually thought I was 3 episodes in before I figured out that I wasn't still on the first episode. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, oh, that was a weird skip.
Yep.
So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I needed to bring it up because this is something that's actually important with December coming up. How to watch all of the Matrix movies in chronological order. And the reason this becomes important is because the Matrix itself that we watched is the sixth incursion or something like that, however they put it. So if you were to watch it in the correct order, you would watch Animatrix Renaissance Part 1 and then Animatrix Renaissance Part 2. Or no, a detective story? 1 and 2. Yeah, okay, they did put 1 and 2. And then you would watch the detective story, The Matrix, Animatrix Kid Story, because this is the one I told you about. Kid Story is the one where the kid gets out of the Matrix just by knowing who Neo is. Like, oh, I believe in Neo, and then he's out. Then it's Final Flight of the Osiris, and the reason that becomes important is because that's the one where they drop the information into the box, and then later... In Matrix Reloaded, they talk about that information. They're at the meeting at the beginning of the movie, and they're like, well, how do we know this is real? And they're like, well, because these dudes died, and they told us. That's how we know it's real, because the machines are drilling down, and nobody can believe it. They're like, that's just stupid. That you just made that up. Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, Animatrix Beyond, Animatrix World Record, and Animatrix Program, Matriculated. And here's the thing, and then, of course, Animatrix Resurrection. They don't put the video game in there. I really don't like that they don't put the video game in there because the video game literally straddles the two movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of stuff that happens. And I don't know if I think there's a way that Morpheus lives, honestly. I don't think he has to die. I think that's one of those weird outcomes. And the reason that I wanted to bring up Matrix on the show this week, besides being super excited about the new one coming out, is I 100% believe that Neo, at the end of the last movie, was taken by the computer. Because I don't think he was dead. Everybody's like, oh, he died. I'm like, I don't think he died. Like, I think he lived. But then I think the computer was scared to death of him. Like, honestly. And so they said, okay, we're going to give you your own little world. And Neil Patrick Harris will be your guide. And he pops the blue pills, as we talked about. And the blue pills stop working. But I think the blue pills stop working because a flag goes off in his head that says, it's time to fix the Matrix. It's time to fix the Matrix. It's sort of like the donut guy. Time to make the donuts. And I have a feeling that whatever they did to the Matrix, or whatever Neo did to the Matrix, because Neo is the reason that it resets differently.
Right.
Whatever he did made the Matrix reset incorrectly. So there's not going to be the one. There will not be another anomaly. The architect will not get his fix. And so they have to tap Neo to get him back in the game. Because the thing that everybody's been pointing out in the trailer that we watched and we dissected is when he says, you're going back to the Matrix. Why would he say you're going back to the Matrix if you're already in the Matrix? Like, that doesn't make sense. And so that's where this theory... Yeah, that's why this theory came to mind, is that he's not really in the Matrix. It's sort of like a subsystem. They just sort of have him hidden. And have you seen this movie is blowing up? Let me see if I can get this.
Yeah. It hasn't come out yet, right?
Bank at the international box office,
100 million
earning an estimated $100.3 million overall, 2 weeks ahead of its premiere.
Is it streaming yet?
It hasn't come
Hi
out yet.
everyone, I'm TK, and this is Collider
I don't know
News.
if Dune will
The
be
Denis
streaming
Villeneuve-directed
on
sci-fi
HBO, will it?
epic
I
is
don't know if it's
currently
an
playing
HBO
in over
production. You might be right.
6,000
Yeah, it is.
theaters
It's
in
HBO.
32 markets and
Oh,
has
it
yet
is.
to see a significant box office drop, and most likely won't before it hits American theaters on October 22nd, thanks to the eagerly
So
awaiting
October
fans
22nd,
of Frank
we'll be able to watch
Herbert's
this,
1964
everybody.
novel. Although the
I
film
am super
experienced
excited
a
about this.
49%
Have you read
drop
I
after
love
opening
Dune.
internationally
Yeah, I've
in
read the
September
first
in
book,
like-for-like
and that's
markets
it. I'm
and
not
at
a
today's
reader, so
rates,
the fact
Dune
that I've read
continues
any
to
of
track
them
ahead of
is a
its
big deal.
competition, including 58% ahead of Black Widow, 65%
And there was, like, Children
ahead
of
Shang-Chi
Dune and
the
all that
Legend of the
stuff.
Ten
Oh,
Rings,
yeah.
and
Dune goes on for days.
91% ahead of Godzilla
So I'm just
vs.
super
Kong.
excited, and
According to Box
we've already
Office
talked about
Mojo,
it.
the
Jason
highly anticipated
Momoa
adaptation
is in
starring
it.
Timothée
And that's
Chalamet,
really, that
Zendaya,
pretty much sums it
Jason Momoa,
up.
Josh Brolin, and Javier Bardem, among others, currently
Yeah.
sits
Other
at
people,
number
other people,
28
other people.
worldwide
Jason
in the
Momoa,
ranking of
other people.
2021 releases, just behind Venom.
I've
Let
heard
There Be
bad things
Carnage.
about
Watch
Venom, by the way. Side note.
Venom.
I've heard very bad things about that movie, unfortunately. And it's funny because I really dug that first movie.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Venom, the original one? It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for watching this segment of the TP Show. Please follow us on Fruitlab. Don't forget we have a podcast on your favorite podcast app. This has been another installment of the TP Show.